Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast. For today, we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from April the 8th, 1989. We have left the Techwood Drive studio home that we've been in since we started doing BTT, the NWA review portions of the shows, that is, back in November of 85. So here we are. We're leaving the studios. I'm sitting here with Doc and Hardbody Harper. We're all here. We're all on time. How about that, Doc? How are you?
I'm feeling good, man. I just got out of virtual Meet the Teacher.
Oh yeah,
got a good book. No, man, it's good, man. It's better because I got a little buzz on already. Pre-show buzz while I was doing, being a good parent.
Are y'all doing like the virtual class, or they're just like, fuck it, go back to school, assholes?
Well, I'm not exactly sure how to answer this until I get my hands on that sweet Russian vaccine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say we're gonna be pulling this one off from home.
Okay.
Yeah, same for my school district.
But this will be the same thing. Here's how I can relate to the working man out there. Mike has a real problem with people who say they relate to the working man and then don't. So everybody that's a parent that's been in one of these Meet the Teacher fiascos knows that you're wanting to get the need to know information so that you can get on with your life. And we sit there and listen to these cows, these fucking housewives that have nothing to do but care about their little precious little child's talented and gifted time, or how virtual learning is going to enrich them, or their grades and shit. And man, we've been sitting there for 50 fucking minutes and no one has talked about the software we got to use to get online to do any of this shit.
Yeah, just get me the facts, man.
Tell me where to find it and give me a login, and I'll get the rest of this shit. But I can't do anything without that. Motherfucker.
Oh.
And every dad out there is like, because the dads out there take about 10 minutes before they're like, this is the same bullshit as last year. And the moms get frustrated at the dads for getting frustrated. But then about 10 minutes later, the moms are all texting each other like, this is some bullshit. I don't know. I just got up and left. She was like, yeah, go record your stupid podcast. They're still in there talking.
Oh, God.
Can we, seriously, can we RIP the great Kamala?
We should. I mean, I finally have some peace.
What do you mean?
Well, I hope that, in all honesty, I hope James Harris is at peace, but now I'm at peace. Because now that he's dead, I can be assured that he's not going to eat me.
Keep going.
I told you, we both thought he was going to eat us when we were children. I don't think I ever outgrew that.
Serious question. Back, we did our top 5 scariest wrestlers, or most feared, back in the day on this show. But there is probably not one person that we talked about the Sheik and people we didn't really have firsthand knowledge of. Because we kind of talked about people we had heard about of later in life too. But Kamala has to be the scariest now that I think back on it. Because that dude had me really thinking when he was coming into Mid-South in 82 and they showed that damn video everybody across the territories has ever seen. We thought that was a freaking video from the deepest, darkest jungles in Africa, and we really thought he was a cannibal and was going to find us and eat us when he was in our town.
Yes. And while
as a shoot.
So you have the Sheik, and you have Abdullah, and you have Brody. But for us, in our geographical location, nobody had the impact that Kamala did because he was around us all the time.
Big facts.
And
you had him in world class. Well, we did too. But we also had him in Mid-South. So How old were you, Doc, when you first saw the Kamala video? You would have seen it in 82 as well.
82, I would have been either 7 or 8.
Okay. So I saw that.
Prime, set the hook. Start reeling me in. He's the boogeyman. He's wrestling in Dallas. How big can Dallas be? I live in Dallas. He's going to eat me.
By the way,
he was licking blood and beating up Von Erichs. If he could beat them up, think what he's going to do to me.
Yeah, I was 7 when I first saw it too. By the way, here's the video of Kamala, the audio from it. Maybe I should hold on. Let me share this with y'all. That way y'all can see it too. That way we can all experience Kamala.
I'm gonna get scared again.
We can really RIP the great Kamala. Y'all see that video?
Kamala, 6'9" tall. Kamala, 385 pounds. Kamala, the crudest man known to professional wrestling today. Arms and legs as large as trees. As strong as some of the largest animals known to man. Kamala, 6'9". Kamala, 385 pounds. Kamala, the Ugundan giant.
I don't know about you, but I'm scared looking at it today.
Yeah,
Mike,
with the nose ring.
Mike, get the gun.
Get the gun. I mean, look at that.
I mean, the hoop, earrings, and the nose ring. The only thing that's kind of goofy, really, is the doo-doo chain that he's got around his neck was kind of dumb. The little wrist cuffs look kind of cheap, but I wasn't paying attention to that, man. Look, that right. Oh, shit.
Look
Stop.
at that image right there.
He's looking in the camera going, that white boy looks tasty. And then he comes out and he doesn't know how to pin guys. He pins them on their back. He's impervious to what feels like pain. Bruh, he's beating up Von Erichs and beating up Brody.
Look at that shit.
That shit was awesome. He turned that look right there. That first look, those eyes.
Jesus Christ.
That mouth
look at that.
And those do look like the native grasses of Uganda.
No shit. Jerry Jarrett's backyard.
Looks like Mike's father-in-law.
That's nice.
I always pictured Pop to be kind of skinny.
Pop's skinny these days, and he doesn't look like he doesn't look like Kamala. Dude, you could not. What?
Imagine when your wife first brought you over to the house and he came out fucking looking like this, just to fuck with you.
Oh no! The funny story is, and then when we get back to Kamala, is, the first time I met him, Pop ain't got no shame, right? He ain't got no shame. Once again, my father-in-law is the original Pop. Conrad started saying that much further along after me. So anyway, Pop, I sit down and I'm introduced, and he's sitting on the sofa, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" So he starts small talk, and then out of the blue, my wife hates when I tell this story, but it happened. Out of the blue, I ain't known him 5 minutes. So has she told you everything? And I was like,
He's like, you like to get high, boy?
So I was like, I guess, he's like, now you got to understand. I mean, this is not 18-year-old, 25-year-old like me meeting him. I mean, I'm 30 years old. So at this point. So that stage you go through when you meet your girl.
So you were in year 8 of your 20-year college.
But no, the point I'm making is like, you know how when you're young and meet a girl's father is different than like when you're a grown adult and you're out on your own, you got
I
your
don't know.
own
I always
job.
just assumed that they knew and I knew that I was both trying to dig them guts out.
Well, my point is like there's no level of intimidation, at least for me. Like I was like, all right, I'm 30 years old. It's like, yeah, I mean, we're grown adults at this point. He's like, so she told you everything? I'm like, I guess. He's like, so, I'm a recovering addict. Just blurted it out. And my wife goes, Dad! And I was
Daddy!
I was like, oh no, I didn't know that. And then he went on to tell me the whole story about snorting, and I was like, all right, well, like another day in the neighborhood of Gentilly, Harper.
Is he the junkyard dog?
No.
No?
No. Back to Kamala though. Doc, this one kind of hurts, man.
It does, man.
This one hurts,
sucks.
man.
It does suck. Now, here's the thing. He had been in a bad way for a while. And so, he had his legs amputated. And I just, but the Rona got him. I just hope he's in a better place and that he went fast. I mean.
This one's rough, man.
Yeah, man. This is a big part of, like, the first couple of years you started watching wrestling. He was a part of that.
It's not just that too. Like, if you ever, I'm sure many of you out there have heard the different shoot interviews or his appearances on Austin's show or the various podcasts that he did. He did one with Piper as well many, many years ago. Like, sounded like just the nicest freaking guy on the planet. Like, just like a big teddy bear, which Lawler said that's exactly what he was. He was a big teddy bear. He's like, James is one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. I mean,
but man, that whole thing that Akbar had him, but he had a handler. Bro, they did that shit right.
Kimchi.
Or Friday.
Yeah. What? Oh, you were gonna say something about it?
They just did it right, man. That air of mystery around him. And the only thing I never liked, but I understand why you did it, was him wearing the tights underneath the little cloth.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't trying to see his giblets, but a true savage ain't worried about showing you his giblets.
That's
well,
nice.
The Americans were worried about his giblets and coming out.
Are you trying to say that they didn't want all the white girls seeing what a black snake looked like?
What?
Huh?
What?
Grow up. Hey, I'm gonna play something for you.
Zipping your pants?
No, that's my little lunchbox full of
He's whipping it out. Can we R.I.P. Kamala? Like,
R.I.P.
seriously,
Kamala,
Jesus.
Godspeed, you Ugandan cannibal.
All right, so on a serious note, one more thing about Kamala. I caught, Austin dropped his show this week and they replayed the Kamala episode, so I actually listened to it. And listen to what Kamala says about his drink of choice. Here it is.
I drank the Crown Royal, which I don't drink anything now, but Hennessy ended up being my favorite drink.
Yeah, I ended up being a Crown Royal guy.
The man was a Hennessy dude. That's what I'm talking about.
That means we're going to have to wheel you around in a wheelchair because you ain't going to have legs soon.
That's fucked up.
You can't be serious, can you? For 1 second. You got to get your flips and dives in and be an idiot.
Harper's the one that would roll you down the hill.
I'll take you about a lakefront and just fucking roll you down.
That's nice.
The fucking levee.
That's how you're gonna take care of me when I'm in a wheelchair, huh?
Yeah.
Better take care of Sasha over there. We'll fuck you up.
Oh boy. Seriously, rest in peace, Kamala. A hell of a gimmick, especially for its time. And
I think we need to make sure he's in the Hall of Fame next year.
I don't even know. I guess he's not in it. I don't really follow.
I don't think he is because didn't he kind of have a problem with the WWE?
A pop like problem?
No,
like fighting over money and kind of, that old
what's
story.
What's the currency in Uganda? Maybe Vince didn't have a conversion table.
Can you be serious for 1 second, asshole? I mean, Jesus. We're talking Kamala here, and you got to get your flips and dives in. What's wrong with you?
I'm just trying to keep it. You said let's be great. I want to be great.
Okay. I don't know, Harper. I can't remember if he had some kind of issues with him or not.
I saw the fucking president of Uganda made his birthday a national holiday when he died.
No, he didn't.
I'm Google it.
No. The last time I Googled something, it was a Tennessee torpedo in the middle of a Smoky Mountain show, and
look, we're still all the better for it.
Laughed. Good God! I posted that on YouTube last week, the Tennessee torpedo segment, and that is the most natural, ridiculous moment we probably had in the Smoky Mountain run. Harper goes, "Bro, I just looked up Tennessee torpedo. Go, look it up." And Doc, you go, "I'm en route now." like you were driving somewhere.
We are.
And then I pulled it up, and I'm reading it, and I start laughing uncontrollably at the stupidity of it all.
We are who we are.
It was phenomenal. Tremendous, as Chris Zaha says. All right. We need to get into this show. Before we do so, real quick, shout out to our largest page contributors monthly, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Kyle Riley, Mike Childress, Joe Ice. Thank you very much. And one new Patreon member and one person bumped up. Aaron Best, longtime listener, now is a Patreon member. So thank you for enjoy all that. And William Bozard, Duck Bozard on Twitter, I think is what it is.
What's wrong with your connection, son? You're cutting out.
Yeah,
that's you. That must be you.
No,
it was you.
It was
I
you.
got a strong signal. Well, William, thank you for your pledge. Appreciate it. You're great.
It's like a short in the system, bruh.
It's like your microphone or something.
Yeah, you got a problem.
So do I need a restart?
No, it's working now.
Restarted. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, now it's working.
Different. See?
Wow. Okay.
Man, we got a Ugandan curse put on us from beyond the grave.
So, do you want me to... Okay. I'm worried it's going to start doing that again.
I'm worried about it too, but what can we do? I mean, if the last few months have told us anything, you just keep plowing ahead, pal. Speaking of plowing ahead, Harper, you still plowing over there?
Yeah, I'm still plowing.
All right. Man, she's been with you for a while now, huh?
I know, huh? What the fuck's going on here?
I don't know. You tell us.
She's your girlfriend, isn't she?
Oh, no.
Okay.
He's going to deny that for a long time, Doc.
Oh, no.
I know. He should. Keep his options open. Are the bars open down there?
The restaurants are. Like the bar and grill type of shit.
But she's a bartender, right?
Yeah.
Do they have a grill?
Yeah. Well, it's quote unquote a restaurant, but it's really a bar.
So they really just throw out like 6 bags of beef jerky and say they serve food?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a real grill, like a real, they got like steak night on Wednesdays or whatever the fuck, but it's mainly a bar. So
she has a job.
Oh yeah, her business is booming.
2 things since time immemorial that are recession proof.
That's right.
Our thing.
In the entertainment business. Mike,
y'all let me know when y'all ready to get into Saturday night.
I'm sad about this.
Well, he's sad about it because we have left the cozy confines. Hold on, let me get the video version going. Doc is sad about this week, which is April the 8th, 1989, because we've left the cozy confines of Tech
our
World.
Childhood.
We're not in the studio anymore, right? So Doc is sad because we opened the show and we're in a control center actually at the moment with JR. And JR tells us we will hear from Flair's attorney today, so stay tuned for that.
We need
Plus, we will see how the new NWA World Tag Team Champions won their match. Yep, that's right. And then, yeah, so it's weird. We start the show. I mean, we've kind of been in the control center before. I remember when Shivani and David Crockett were in the control center for one of the Starcades. But anyway, it's just a different feel. But I will say this. Things do pick up in the episode, and it's got a different environment. Doc, let me throw it to you.
God.
You had some thoughts?
This just screams we're trying to be like WWF.
Yeah, it's Sean Mooney called. He wants his everything back.
That guy.
Oh, was he replaced by Todd Pettengill?
I think he was kind of long. I think he had been gone for a while
Okay.
by the time he showed up.
Harper, were you lonely in the Superdome at the Clash? There weren't a lot of people there.
No. I mean, I was a kid, man. You know, I was having fun.
How did it feel to be in the same room with Ric Flair in 1989?
That shit was great, man.
Okay, so here's the question. How old were you in 89 at that?
Let's see. I was
13,
12.
right?
Yeah, 13.
Okay, so did you get bored during Flair and Steamboat?
No. Fuck
Mm.
no.
There you
No.
go.
No.
Because
So
we talked about that they worked a little slower than they did in the first match, but that at no point were we bored.
Right.
yeah, we had a long discussion about how the match was paced differently than the very first one. But, I mean, they went 55 minutes. And if you want to hear all about it, go to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Again, it's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Doc and I did a very, very lengthy show covering the entire Clash, where we talked about the small crowd, Flair and Steamboat. Plus, there was a lot of other stuff on that show. We had.
Well, we missed the Sheik. The Sheik got cut from the program. How do you feel about that, Sheik?
Let me give Sheik a break this week.
Oh,
Whoa, look at you.
no. Oh,
You're
no.
not going to be a mark for yourself and just talk like the Sheik for
You're not going to come out
45 minutes?
humble us,
Yeah.
look back.
Well, you see what happened, Harper, was I called him up and I told him, you know what, that's just getting old, man. I mean, come on, man. Can you talk about Bruno, you know? Talk about Bruno. Talk about Piper. Talk about Hogan. I mean, you ain't got to talk about the Sheik all the time. So, I mean, you know, Harper, that's what I did, you know? And these guys, I told him, the Sheik was stupid.
That's nice.
That was messed up, man. They cut Sheik from it, even though the match was like 3 minutes long, Doc.
They cut the short matches and kept the long matches.
Yeah, there were a couple of long matches in it, but besides Flair and Steamboat. But anyway, if you want to hear all about it, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Now, during this show, like, JR throws it to the final moments of each of the 3 falls from the Clash of the Champions. Like I said, Doc and I reviewed it. As you all know now, all these years later, Steamboat did retain the strap in the controversial manner where Flair's foot was under the rope, touching the rope, and because of that, we're going to hear from Flair's lawyer shortly. Doc, any thoughts on, I know you don't like recaps, so I'll throw it to you before I throw it to Harper.
I don't like recaps, but I'm okay with them showing this because it was shown originally on free TV. And that's different than showing the pay-per-view on free TV. So I didn't have the same problem with it that I've had in the past.
Like when they aired all of the Chi-Town Rumble matches on the next episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that, dude. Dude, if I paid to fucking watch that, then
Never
it's on-
again.
yeah, and then it's on TV a fucking few days later. What the fuck, man?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I hear you, Harper. Harper, any thoughts? You weren't on the Clash review with us. Any thoughts about this match? And I mean, you were there. Like you said, you had a lot
I mean,
of
this
fun.
is
You
good
didn't look
stuff,
away.
man.
Yeah.
This was fun stuff.
2 out of 3, probably one of the better or best 2 out of 3 falls you'll ever see too.
Yeah,
Very good,
It's-
very good.
it's probably one of the only ones you'll see now.
Well, no, what I mean by that is, we've all seen 2 out of 3 fall matches in the past, but this is, to me, one of the best ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, For real.
All right. So, Doc, any other thoughts before I keep going? Oh, go ahead, Hopper. I'm sorry.
It sucks how this is just gone.
Oh yeah, we're this is history, man.
It does suck how it's gone, but I'm not one to torture myself watching weekly.
I'm not doing it. I'm not watching something that's just gonna piss me off.
Yep.
I'm not gonna watch a goddamn a fucking kitten get thrown in a fucking blender.
What?
That's for everybody out there.
Why do I want to watch that when it's just like, oh my god, what the fuck?
I bet Unconvinced Ray would watch that and beat off to it.
No,
I
he
bet
wouldn't beat
Steven
off to it.
Jaworski would probably watch it. If you just put wrestling in front of it, he'll probably go on Facebook. Watching cat getting blendered on cat blender wrestling.
Dude, Jaworski would, as long as it said wrestling, he would watch it.
And then all of a sudden you hear the zipper again and the pants drop and
yeah.
hit the zipper, Doc, where you got it, or your lunchbox. That way we can get the sound effect.
Hold on, let me.
Jaworski just whipped it out the crank off.
For the AEW heels.
See, these are beers.
All right. AEW heels. Oh, dear God. I have got no comment on that.
Okay, so just so you know, in the video feed, this is Flair's attorney. He's a shoot lawyer. He's Ric's real lawyer in real life, or was.
His name is Dennis Guthrie, and we're about to go to the audio right now of Guthrie and what he's got to say about the controversial finish at the Clash of the Champions. Here it is.
Attorney for Ric Flair, I demand that World Championship Wrestling arrange within 30 days a rematch between my client Ric Flair and the present NWA World Heavyweight Champion Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I have thoroughly reviewed the videotapes of the match between Mr. Flair and Steamboat wrestled in New Orleans April the 2nd, and it is clear that Mr. Flair was not pinned by Steamboat inasmuch as Mr. Flair had his foot under the ropes when the referee counted Mr. Flair as having been pinned. According to the rules of the National Wrestling Alliance, under whose auspices that match was wrestled, if, and I quote, a portion of a wrestling participant's body is through or under the ropes, the referee shall separate the wrestlers and cause them to return to a neutral position, end quote. The referee, provided by World Championship Wrestling, was clearly out of position and obviously failed to see my client's foot under and on the outside of the ring ropes. Had the referee done his job, my client would have had the opportunity to return to a neutral position and would not have been pinned. If World Championship Wrestling and Ted Turner do not arrange for a title match for Mr. Flair with Ricky Steamboat within 30 days, I am filing a lawsuit against Jim Herd as Executive Vice President of World Championship Wrestling, against Ted Turner as the owner of World Championship Wrestling, against the National Wrestling Alliance, and against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I will ask the court to have the NWA World Championship title vacated. I will also ask the court for substantial money damages to be awarded against both Mr. Ted Turner and the World Championship Wrestling Organization. Finally, Mr. Flair demands that, assuming that World Championship Wrestling grants his wishes and schedules a rematch, that representatives of the NWA be at ringside to witness the match. Also, Mr. Flair demands that a second referee be stationed outside of the ring and empowered to overrule the ring referee in the event that the ring referee makes a wrong decision or a wrong call.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned,
All right, JR goes on for a bit longer, but again, you heard it. That's Flair's lawyer. He's saying he's demanding a rematch. Within the next 30 days, the lawyer quotes the NWA rule book and blames the ref for being out of position and not seeing Flair's foot on the rope. Therefore, Flair's lawyer demands a rematch, or he is filing a lawsuit against Jim Hurd, the executive VP, and Ted Turner, the owner of WCW, and even Steamboat. So he's seeking money damages if Flair is not given a rematch. So here we go. They're starting the wheels in motion to get to the third match. Harper, I got a feeling you're fine with the segment. You're just like, God,
No.
this guy's country. No, you're not. Okay. Tell me more.
Look. There's two people you never want to hear have a southern fucking drawl. Is your doctor or your attorney? Fuck that. He sounded and looked like someone from My Cousin Vinny. One of those attorneys. God.
Doc?
He spoke 4 times too long. Also, my thought was, on top of Harper's, which he had a great point, is if you were in that Cousin Vinny position, and I thought about that, is that the guy you want fighting for your life?
Yeah, really. I was waiting for him to start stuttering like the guy in the movie.
Fucking Yosemite Sam and shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
Wow.
Fuck.
I'm shocked y'all are beating it up that bad.
I mean, you
Hey,
never
look.
want an attorney that's got that old fucking hillbilly fucking Andy Griffin Southern drawl.
Unless he plays golf with the judge.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it don't matter what he says.
Okay.
But, hey, Steamboat said at the end of the damn clash, there's a problem here. This thing's tainted.
Yeah, Steamboat cut a great promo at the end of the clash. So if you're a patron,
He
listen
cut
to
a
our clash
promo.
review. No, it was good.
He cut a promo.
Okay. You just can't give Steamboat credit when it comes to anything he's going to do talking. But all right.
Nope.
Whatever. Okay, keep going, Doc. What else you got about this lawyer here? Because you seem to hate it as much as Harper.
Flair's got a legitimate beef. It's just it was presented poorly.
Dude, he's a lawyer. I mean, did you expect him to go out there and cut a promo and get himself over?
Imagine being a little kid watching that. You're like, what the? What?
We're doing what with the pellets?
Yeah, you doing what? That's a tort. What's a tort?
Okay.
Oh,
Boy,
fuck.
I didn't think y'all would be that hard on that.
Well,
All right.
I guess after
Well.
7 years, you don't know us that well.
Yeah.
Well, so more on that to come in the weeks to come. We'll see what happens. JR then throws it to a few highlights of Luger versus Secret Service Jack Victory. Luger wins by putting Victory in the torture rack. That was from the Clash. We didn't see it. We literally saw, I don't know, a minute
That's
and a half
good.
maybe of the match. I got no other thoughts because we really didn't see much of anything besides 60 seconds of a clip. Doc, your thoughts?
No.
Yeah.
For Victory, it looks like a guy like in the fucking militia.
He's a fat bastard.
Like, stay off my land.
He's got his 12 gauge.
Yeah, stay off
Or
my
is they-
land.
He's got his 12 gauge. Or his AR, one sling across his back and one in his arm. Oh, shoot. Okay. We then go to center stage finally in this episode. We go to Kendall Windham versus Lex Luger. Doc, I'll throw it to you. Any thoughts?
Actually, yes.
Let's hear them.
Well, I can just hear every old school wrestler say one thing about watching this right here. What do you think it is?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. Back in my day, we paid attention to little things. I mean, shit, we wouldn't let guys go to the same ring both wearing black tights.
Oh yeah.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I really did. I don't know why. I mean, that's that old thing, Doc. Everything was airtight, brother. No, it wasn't. Shut up.
In fact, here's my exact note. Kendall versus Luger. Back in my day, the guys didn't wear the same color tights. Airtight, brother.
Mm.
I missed the studio. But hey, I thought in this match, this was by far the best we've seen Kendall look.
Yeah, for real, huh?
He looked decent in this match.
That looked good.
And I thought, here's the thing I thought. My takeaway from this was, this looks like a struggle, a physical struggle rather than choreographed lucha.
100%. It's not even close.
And then my question is Kendall Windham the Mike Von Erich of the Windham clan?
No.
No?
I think he's better than that, huh?
I just asked a question. I didn't push that narrative, but you've got, you know, Blackjack and Barry, and he's the scrawny one.
Nah, I'm not gonna go there.
At least he's tall.
Well, Mike Von Erich was tall.
I mean,
Mike wasn't short. Yeah, he wasn't as short as he seemed. I think Mike gets a bad rap.
Well, yeah.
Chris is the one that shouldn't have been in the ring.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Mike.
That was bad.
Yeah, Mike Von Erich. You got to remember, when we first saw him, he was very, very young. By the time we had seen Kevin, Kerry, and David, they had already been in the business for a few years. So we didn't see their growing pains as much as we saw Mike's. And then Mike would have gotten better, but, you know, he had the shoulder thing. So, but Chris is the one that was the scrawny one that should have never been in the ring.
Yeah. But I thought this was a good match. I thought Luger was good here. I thought Kendall was good here. And I enjoyed watching this. Now, was it Flair Steamboat 89? No.
But it makes sense.
But a Saturday night match in the new center stage with not bringing a jobber out, I thought it was good.
Yep. You got to remember, these people is the same people who would have seen Sting and Rotunda too. So look, you got two really good matches there for center stage as they kick things off. So I don't hate center stage as much as I think some. I believe from a nostalgia standpoint, leaving the studio kind of hurts us, but I don't think it's as bad as some would make it seem. The biggest problem we're going to see over the next few months, in my personal opinion, and this is what's going to drive all three of us nuts, because we've said it a million times, we love the smack talk. The lack, or especially on some episodes of the smack talk, is irritating. That's where we're going to run into a problem. I don't like that at all about center stage versus the studio. Because we know in the studio from 85 to especially when Arn was there, the smack talk was superb.
At a premium.
Now, with all that, at a premium, yes. With all that said, Luger wins when he catches Kendall Windham coming off the top rope, and he gets Windham in a power slam, so Luger gets the victory. I'll keep going. I figure y'all got no more thoughts. The next match, we get Shane Douglas versus Bob Orton. 1989, and Bob Orton is here. I mean, I know we saw him last week. Orton hits Douglas with a superplex, and Orton pins Douglas cleanly. Don't get too used to, I guess, Shane Douglas just being Shane Douglas, because he will be a part of a tag team in the months to come. Doc, any thoughts on this match?
What's our timestamp there?
Oh, I got a forward. I am at 28 minutes right now.
When is this match over?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't write down when it ends.
Then, did you see Bob Orton come to the ring in a Bodacious t-shirt?
I didn't make a note of that. But
that's what it said?
Yeah, he was wearing a shirt that said Bodacious.
Tremendous.
Tremendous. Shane Douglas, 24 years old right here.
He's a
24.
teacher.
He's a teacher.
He's a teacher.
He's got his teacher's certificate in history from the University of Pittsburgh at Carnegie at Mellon, and he's a two-sport athlete.
Hey,
give me 3150 if it's this match. Yeah, I think it is. This is dirty.
Yeah.
Real dirty.
All right, so this is 32:44.
No,
31.
Oh, 31.
30,
okay.
3150. This is dirty. in a great way.
31-40. Here we go, Doc.
Douglas is going out of the ring.
All right.
Watch Gary Hart. Dude, that's evil.
He didn't do anything.
I know. That's even better. He lifted his foot up over Shane Douglas just like I could if I wanted to, but I didn't.
What else you got from this one, Doc?
I thought you would have liked that a lot more than you did.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the crowd's into this stuff.
Dude, center stage. People love it.
Fuck
it's
the
louder.
We don't need that broken down old relic over at Techwood. This is the future. With this and Jim Hurd and George Scott booking, we're going to be printing money.
This was free, right? Just like center stage.
This wasn't. Yeah, Harper. This wasn't the worst idea. Like, I think we need to get past it. It's not the fact that they left the studio, because you're going to see it in the next for the months to come. The crowd and the fans, they're into it at center stage. And
and the other thing, though, and I get why they're doing it, and it's smart, but they're not showing squash matches on TV right now either.
No, they will. I mean, that's.
I get it, but where's the first? We haven't seen a jobber in there yet, because last week we saw Sting Rotunda. Now this is the second match tonight. I always like that one-handed. I always like that one-handed holding him up by the back of the britches.
What do you mean we ain't watched a jobber yet? We're watching Douglas right now.
Oh, no.
That's fucked up.
That's a former Intercontinental Champion.
That guy's a fucking teacher, bruh.
Yeah, he's a teacher, man. He could tell you your history lessons. He would tell you that that the Civil War was about states' rights.
I like messing with Shane. Oh, boy.
Let's get you and him in the ring.
Let me tell you what happened with Douglas last year at X-Rated. He had his pelotas were so grande that he didn't even come up to me.
Oh,
that's how scared he was.
He doesn't know how the fuck you are.
Really?
He's probably thinking you're a fucking black guy.
Yeah, he was probably making sure you weren't going to steal his wallet.
Yeah. He's like, where's that Jamal motherfucker at? That kept talking shit to me on this podcast. Doesn't he know I'm a fucking teacher from Pittsburgh?
God, yeah. What's he going to do? Pull out his abacus and his freaking dry erase marker? Good God. Okay.
You really don't know how school works, do you?
Doc, any other thoughts on Douglas here?
Again, I mean, this is a good match for TV. It went on a little long, but other than that, it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was long. This one a little too long. But Bob Orton ends up winning. Like I said, superplex, and gets the win. Like I said, don't get used to Douglas in singles. That's that.
Well,
all right.
When's Al Perez come back?
Does he? I don't even remember.
Doesn't he come back?
Mm-hmm.
No. Javorsky will tell us, because he's going to love cranking off to him. If he does come back. Jesus Lord, Sting.
Man called Sting.
All right.
Where's
I'm going to go now to the Danger Zone with Sting. Let's go to it now. Here it is. Let's hear Sting do some screaming. Here we go.
All right, hold on. Very funny. What a great comedian you are. I think it's pretty funny. Ha! Hey, come here. This is my show. First of all, I want to be the first one right here on national TV to congratulate you. You are now the National Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Television Champion. Very good. But now that you are the NWA TV champion, you can't be lying around the beach no more. You can't be playing volleyball. You can't be riding the waves. Now, my man, you got responsibility. You got committees to answer to. You got officials to talk to. You can no longer be the happy-go-lucky beach bum.
Let me tell you something, dude. I am from California. Maybe I do like to surf a little bit, okay? Maybe even I like to talk like I'm from California every now and then. But hey, dude, let me tell you something else. Now that I look at you up close and personal like this, dude, you are like so ugly. You are so ugly, the tide wouldn't even take you out.
You know, I dealt with a comedian named Jim Cornette before, and just like he was from Louisville, I'm from New York. And you don't mess around with New Yorkers. You're from California. You never dealt with a real New Yorker like me. You might just end up with a Randy Rose or a Jim Cornette AT&T hangover, man.
Who died and left you boss?
You're making fun of New York? You make fun of me, my man, and I'll put you down just like I put down Jim Cornette. I'll put you down just like I beat up Randy Rose. You don't want to mess with New York, with Wall Street, with Paul E. Dangerously.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Are you really upset?
Yeah, I'm mad.
Are you serious about it?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Dead serious?
Yeah.
Doc,
What?
what you got? What are you?
Are you done?
Are you done?
Are you
Sting
done?
screaming. Oh my God.
Is there anybody, Harper, that you liked as a kid that disappoints you more as an adult than Sting?
No.
That was terrible. The Spicoli routine, I'm a surfer. Just here's what I wrote down. I wish we could right there morph into 1995 Paul burying 1995 Sting. Just cause. Wouldn't that be great with his greasy ponytail and balding hair and his hat, just cutting a Philadelphia promo on Sting?
I'm trying to process what I watched.
Nothing. You didn't watch anything worth anything. Because Sting, he's awful. I will tell you this. I've said this before. Steve Borden seems like a good guy. And I will say this. He does get better after years of doing this. But this is garbage. And let's be clear. If he was watching this, he'd say it was garbage too.
You got to remind yourself, and I ain't saying that was good, don't get me wrong. But you got to remind yourself.
Oh, you were over there cackling like it was fucking fun time hour.
Well, the thing about that whole thing is he's for the kids. It's all for the kids.
I thought Wu-Tang was for the kids.
No, Wu-Tang ain't for no kids.
Oh.
He's all for the kids right there. And that's all that's what you saw. It was just a kiddie promo.
With his stupid little jokes.
Yeah, it's just the screams, the stupid, corny jokes. I mean, he tells Paulie, "You're so ugly, dude, that the tide won't even take you out." Like, that's just a kiddie joke. It's terrible comedy, but he's for the kids. And I was laughing because of how bad it was. But Everett Starr will love it out there because he loves when I play the screaming promos because he laughs too. But there's a bunch of people on a Facebook group that laugh with it. It's ridiculous and funny and bad all in one, yes.
All those people like it because it reminds them of their childhood.
Yes.
But here's where it's short-sighted to the nth degree. The one thing that you can give Bischoff a lot of props for in coming into WCW was trying to figure out how to build their merchandising arm. So we're going to do a bunch of shit for the kids, but we're not going to have any toys ready to sell them?
They had toys.
Did they?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't last too long.
Right, right, because they didn't have any infrastructure.
The fucking Galoob ones.
Well, It's
friend of
funny
mine,
you
Randy
say.
down the street, had every fucking one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
You should have whooped his ass and taken him. You're the hard body.
I know
That's
this was
right.
prior. I know this was prior to Crockett Promotion. I mean, prior to Turner taking over. But when it was Crockett Promotions, they did the Horseman vitamins. And I remember Arn Anderson saying one time he's like, the only thing Horseman vitamins would do for you would give you diarrhea, and he never got a dime off of Horseman vitamins. So like they tried certain things, but it was miserable. Again, that's before the Turner buyout with the Horseman vitamins. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring.
So
it
my
up.
point is, you're going to do something for the kids, but you're not really working them. Because to really work some kids, you need to get them toys out there so that they mama,
You gotta get in the parents.
mama,
You gotta get in the parents' pockets.
mama.
There was supposed to be a second series, but it didn't come out for those first toys.
Gee,
So
I wonder
this is
why.
This is the laziest piece of shit ever, which is just let's give something to the kids with no reason why we would be doing that. And no real way to follow up with it to make any real money. No wonder this bullshit went out of business.
Okay, here we go. You being negative again. I don't have
I'm
anything
telling you,
else.
if we were back in the studio, we wouldn't have to deal with this shit.
Okay. We've been dealing with Sting screaming in the studio for 2 years now. Whatever.
You know when they
let's-
originally made those figures? They were
When?
supposed to paint them. The Steiner brothers wearing the fucking ruse, fucking shoes, but they didn't do it.
Are you saying when they made them, the shoes on them were supposed to say Ruse?
Yeah,
But they
'Cause
never
had
did them.
They had the ruse deal.
right.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Well, hell, if we can't get to the fucking Clash and spell Ric Flair's name right, how can we do anything right?
let's keep going. We get a replay of Sullivan and Spivey versus Rick Steiner and Eddie Gilbert from the Clash. We're not going to talk about it because we talked about it at when we did the Clash review. And then we go to a match where we got Rick Steiner versus Paul Brown. Missy's out there with Rick Steiner, and oh my God, all the way live in the turquoise, I guess, outfit. She's looking good though. Harper's over there drooling. Let me get through this thing. Basically, Steiner ain't playing games with this poor sap, and he whoops him pretty good. Look, he just dropped him with that backdrop. Doc, what you got from this match as Steiner beat this poor sap up?
The only thing I had was that Missy was all the way live.
Yeah, this is where you fucking play with the zipper.
Not me. I don't have to. I'll have
Hit the
Missy
zipper, Doc.
come over and do it for me.
Oh, fuck.
You heard me.
Grow up.
What?
I mean, Missy
Hey,
could be listening to this, and that's the type of stuff
That's
you say.
great, but let me tell Missy something. There was a time when I would have cut off my left arm to be with her, but now I think things have changed.
Okay.
That's real nice. She's a good
She'll
woman.
She'll cut off her left arm to be with you, is what you're saying?
I don't deal with amputees.
God.
That's nice.
Oh, all right.
You can't bang a chick with a one leg like with Tony Soprano bang the fucking Russian broad.
Now you've had quite a time on my watch.
Yeah.
Now you've even had one with what was it, with one leg? Yeah, so she's missing a pin. Is that what he said?
Something like that.
And yeah, she's sexy and all, but that's not it. She has something to say. I have things to say.
Tony Soprano, the way he justified doing the stuff he did was amazing. Great comedy, great stuff. There's Missy right there.
Well, there you are
with
with that $1 million smile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
$1 million. $1
Mm.
million.
But what's her current job title?
Missy. I don't know.
Doc?
I'm just saying I'm Doc,
Oh,
What's up, girl?
Gotcha. Hey, girl. All right. Steiner
I can
wins.
become Mormon if you want to join the stable. The
Steiner
first
wins the
family.
match.
The real first family.
The real first family. Wow. Steiner wins the match. JR throws us into highlights of the Road Warriors and Varsity Club from the Clash. When we go to the match, things are breaking down. Animal pushes down Teddy Long. Then the Warriors hit their finisher on Rotunda, but Teddy Long just stares and doesn't make the count. Out of nowhere, Dr. Death runs in, and he rolls up Hawk, and they pin the Road Warriors to become the new NWA World Tag Team Champions. Jim Ross said on his podcast a while back, many years ago, that he hated this finish, and it did nothing for any of the guys involved. And this is the first moments where we see Teddy Long leaving the referee profession. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil anything. Doc, what are your thoughts here? Let's talk about
Why didn't we
this.
see this at the Clash? Harper, do you remember this in person?
I mean, be honest, no.
I find it hard to believe that you can't find a way to get the Road Warriors on your live TV special.
Especially when they had JYD and Butch Reed out there for
15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
It wasn't that long, but it was. You could have put this in its place. For sure. And then we didn't even see this whole match. We only saw a clip of it.
Hawk's going to kill somebody.
Dude, he's angry. This finish, I agree with JR. Like, when you watch this back, you're like, well, what the hell was Teddy Long doing? Like, why is he angry? It really didn't make a lot of sense.
It's out of nowhere with no provocation, no build up, and nobody understands. Oh, so just because Animal pushed him?
Yeah, like that's never happened before to a referee in a match. It's very weird. It's very weird. And
hey, what's our timestamp on this?
I don't know, but Rotunda's about to get the finisher here. Here it comes. Woof. We are at 52:18. Why?
So we're 52 minutes in, and the only promo we've heard is from Flair's lawyer.
No, we hear from Sting.
That doesn't help.
Okay, well, we do hear from someone right here who's going to make things a little bit better. Do you want to go to Hawk?
Probably oughta.
Yeah, I think we should. This is from the Clash now. Keep this in mind. Notice how dark it is if you didn't listen to our Clash review, because they had the lights turned down so that they can hide the fact that there was nobody in the Superdome.
You see me?
Yeah, I think so.
I see Harper. Look at him.
See, look.
He's the black guy with the hat on behind Jim Ross.
I'm waving at you.
He's way back in the back doing a popcorn trick to some unsuspecting young girl.
That's nice.
Let's go to the promo.
Tell you something, that's got to be the fastest count I've ever seen. I don't understand that.
Hey, what are they doing? Paying referees off because they know they couldn't touch us? What the hell? There have never been nothing like this happening in Road Warriors. The Road Warriors are the best damn team I ever played the game. And it's stinking lousy cheap ball. That ain't gonna cut it. All that's gonna do is stick us up and make it worse. Oh, heck of a lot worse. Well, worse. That's no Jim Ross! What the hell kind of kill was that? You saw the replay! That was one of the fastest fucking things I ever seen!
It froze, but there was only like a few seconds left.
But there's no reason to do this. There's no reason to do this, and you shouldn't be interviewing the guys right after they lost.
Say that again, Doc.
There's no reason to be doing this right after they lost the title, and I'm sure it sounded like ass in the building.
Well, it sounded like ass right there.
Ass here.
Yeah, because it's on the house mic.
Now, there's getting ready to be somebody get their ass whipped.
Well, yeah, Hawk and Animal are coming into the ring at center stage to face Keith Steinborn and Greg Brown. Keith Steinborn's taken this ass whooping before a million times. And, boy, this is a drilling, if I ever seen one. Doc, what you got from this? Look at he's sandbagging Animal. He's sandbagging him. Look at him, Harper.
He's not posting.
He's not posting at all. His arms were just at his side. But Animal muscled him up and got him. But they beat the hell out of these two, and this match is over pretty quickly. Doc, your thoughts?
That's how you grudge fucking ex-girlfriend, right?
I have no clue what that means.
You're stiff with them and just pound them.
That's nice, Doc. Grow up.
Standing drop kick from Hawk. That's a nice move.
Then he beats this poor sap's ass that gets in the ring.
Well, he saw a black guy get in the ring, and
come on.
Grow up. Hopper, any thoughts on the Road Warriors here?
Just destroy 2 shitheads.
That's it. Well, after the Road Warriors, we go to the Varsity Club, Rotunda and Dr. Death, who defeat Greg Brown and Don Sanders. Doc, thoughts on these two? Yes, Greg Brown was in the previous match as well.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't have anything.
Yeah, nothing to really discuss, to be quite frank. Anyway, all right. Hopper, do you have anything from it?
No.
All right. And then after that, we go to Sting, who defeats Rip Morgan. This is a match from The Clash that didn't air on The Clash. That would have been Sting's first defense of his NWA TV title. The match is actually voiced over by JR from the studio. You can tell Sting wins with the Scorpion Deathlock. It really wasn't a long match at all. Doc, your thoughts? And I'm guessing you're glad they left that off of the television.
My thought was the wrong guy won.
Okay.
I like Rick Morgan. He's a big bastard. We can do something with that.
And because it's Sting, you wanted Sting to lose. We got it. Okay. Hopper, any thoughts?
Him. Humble the rooty tooty. Humble the fresh and fruity. Humble him.
Hopper, you got any thoughts on this match? I mean, I'm sitting here listening to y'all. I want to hear some gold here from you. You know, what you think, Hopper? Talk about Bruno. Talk about Bruno, Hopper.
So he's not Iranian here.
Who's not Iranian?
Rip Morgan.
No, he's in New Zealand, and they pretty much eradicated the Rona.
It came back.
Oh, I know, I saw that.
It's making a comeback.
That's
that
just
shit,
like fucking Jason from the Friday 13th movies.
That shit will make a comeback on you, man.
Yeah, for real. That shit'll
come. That shit'll come back like the Patriots came back on the Falcons in the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
Nobody can get rid of that shit. That shit's stickier than cum on the bottom of the poop peep show floor.
I think it's going to be here forever, bro. For real.
It might.
I think Hopper's on to something.
I think it's just going to be part of our daily lives. And just got to fucking, you just got to deal with it.
Yeah, but I just need a shot to increase my chances to fight it off so that I'm not. Hey, look, I'm on the side that likes to give out smallpox blankets. I don't like to receive them. You know what I mean? So I need a poke in the arm so that I got a fighting chance, and then I'll get back out there where I can interact with all my sweet dogaholics in the public scene.
I'm still waiting for this heat to kill it off.
Bro, it's 111 here today.
Yeah, no.
It would have already been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ship sailed, Doc, when you were saying that during the spring. Guess what? That ain't happening, pal.
It's 168 degrees here today for my
Dude, it was blazing out there today.
Talk about nuclear heat. We had it here today.
Hotter than 6 suns, baby.
It was hotter than 6 suns. I walked outside, and I just stepped out the front door, and when I did, my balls just stuck to my drawers instantly.
Get that swamp ass.
I mean,
Are
it
you
didn't
Dusty
take long.
Are you Dusty or Mike Tyson?
I'm a combination of both, Doc. I had to go to the doctor today, and my ass just stuck to the seat.
All right. It was hot, too. God. Oh, my God. All right. So, Sting and Rip Morgan, whatever. And then, well, if you thought Ric Flair's promo was bad, let me get to it. I'm having trouble. If you thought Ric Flair's attorney's speech or promo was bad, well, that's because you hadn't heard Jim Herd yet in this episode. Let's go to Jim. God. Let's go to Jim Herd now, who's got an update for us.
Welcome back to this special edition of World Championship Wrestling. Jim Ross back with you. And as we mentioned, I've been talking with Jim Hurd during the commercial breaks here. And Mr. Hurd, I want to thank you for taking your time here on this weekend to update us on this situation. We heard earlier in the hour from Dennis Guthrie, the attorney for Nature Boy Ric Flair. I understand that the board has reached a decision on this championship situation, and we're happy that you're here to tell all the fans about it.
Well, thank you, Jim, and thanks for having me. But before I talk about the decision, I would like our fans to know that we really don't care what Dennis Guthrie, Ric Flair's attorney, has to say, nor for that matter what Ric Flair has to say about the thing. We're interested in having an ending that our fans are happy with. Ric Flair has spent a career bending the rules. So we have made a decision. We've decided to rematch the two gentlemen. They've been notified in Nashville on May 7th, and we're going to have 3 special judges for the thing, and we're going to be sure that there's a conclusive ending to this one with no time limit or a 1-hour time limit on the show.
Mr. Guthrie said he wanted a special referee, and it seemed like the officiating was getting very, very confusing as far as I'm concerned. I know that there's been a lot of controversy regarding the officiating. The officiating last Sunday with Teddy Long. We won't go into that right now. I know you met about that situation as well. But so there will be 3 judges. I understand from what we were talking before we came on the air just a moment ago that we're looking at 3 former world champions to be judges. So it looks like we're going to have, without a doubt, there must be a winner in this match on May 7th between Flair and Steamboat.
Well, there will be a winner. You never say last chance for anything, but there will be a winner at this match.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you hear it. It was not due to the response of the lawyers, and Ric Flair's got plenty of them. It sounds like that the NWA, being the Wrestling Fans Association, listened to what the fans had to say, and that's where we are right now. Mr. Hurd, thank you for taking your time to be with us here this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it'll happen on May the 7th. Nature Boy Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I also understand that we're having some interviews flown in, that the gentlemen, they were notified last night, but it was kept under wraps so Mr. Hurd could get out here today to make this official announcement. We will hear from Nature Boy Ric Flair and also from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat about their thoughts surrounding May the 7th and the showdown in Nashville. But right now, let's go back to the ring and to the center stage.
I know it's easy to say this now because we know the history of Jim Hurd.
That guy's
but he comes across as a moron and an irritating corporate suit clown as there ever could be. I mean, it's easy to say it now because we know how it turned out, but my God.
How many times in your corporate career have you sat there and had somebody like that show up for their first day and they're your boss or your boss's boss or their boss, and you're like, oh, shit.
Ixnay on the Ixnay, brother, kayfabe.
We're going to have to fucking put our head down and just get through this.
Head down, keep moving forward. Really, brother? I can't see when I'm doing that. I mean, is that what you really want here?
This guy's a cocksucker. How about that?
Harper, what do you think about Jim Hurd?
But why is he on TV?
Because he's the executive.
Yeah, but so? Why is he on TV?
But so? Can you hit 107.50?
Oh, are you done with Hurd already?
Fuck Hurd.
Oh, okay. All right, we are at 107.39. So, are you talking about Randy Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we just went to Jack Victory, Secret Service Jack Victory versus Randy Rose. Go ahead, Doc.
I just had what happened?
They cut to the match before, like as it had already started.
I guess, and it's like that's the one match that they probably should have set up and showed the beginning of. We got a grudge here. Let's show it all.
Moving along from Jim Hurd, because we'll have plenty of times to bury him as we do this show, because good God. They call him Ravishing Randy Rose versus Secret Service Jack Victory. The thing about this match is there's a lot of heat between these two because of what happened to Rose on the Danger Zone a while back and how he got clocked in the head and, pretty much busted open. So I didn't really have high hopes for this match as they went to it, but then I was like, oh man, they got some heat, and the crowd these two guys have a personal issue, and the crowd is really into this thing. The finish happens quickly. Rose was going for the pin when Paulie hit Rose over the head with the phone, and with the ref not looking, and then that was it. Victory ends up pinning Rose. But there was some heat in this match. Like, the fans were really into this thing. So once again, an opportunity where we see the center stage fans hype and loving this. So, Doc, your thoughts?
This isn't the kind of thing that's going to sell out the Clash. It's not going to sell pay-per-view buys. But if you can put these sort of B or C level feuds on this program, it's good for that center stage crowd.
I was fine with it. Harper, what'd you think?
Yeah, I got no problem.
Yeah, it's fine.
They went out there. They worked hard. It was old school. There was some heat. There was, we always talk about it, personal issues. It was a personal issue, and that's what mattered. So there you go.
Yep.
That's what I enjoyed about it more than anything. All right.
Wait a minute.
He walked right in the
What is that?
Again, Victory wins with help from Paulie. So then the very next thing they go to, and I was trying to get to it, but having a little trouble here. The very next thing they go to is they go to a highlight of Bob Orton versus Dick Murdoch from the Clash. I mean, highlight, they showed like 10 seconds of it. Doc, your thoughts?
How many beers could Dick Murdoch and Bob Orton Jr. crush in 1989 if they sat down and started drinking? Harper?
2 cases.
That's 48 beers.
Yeah.
For the uneducated. That's a lot of beer. But I'm not going to argue with you on that. Murdoch, I don't think I'd put Murdoch up against anybody but probably Andre and Wade Boggs.
Fight?
No
gonna
drinking.
Fight? Oh, that's what I was clarifying. I don't know, Doc. There's a lot of wrestlers that can do a lot of drinking.
Tommy Rich?
Oh, that freaking moron could put down some beer, yeah.
Put down some beer. What
if
is
there's
he going to have
one-
a
if-
marijuana cigarette after that?
If there's one thing that idiot can do well, it's drink a lot of beer.
Why are you so square all the time?
He's a buffoon. I can't wait till he returns in 89.
God, once he comes into the damn promotion, we're going to have to listen to you again.
Oh, God.
I'm sure when he came in, he offered to let Jim Hurd's member hit the back of his tonsil so he can get another run with the strap.
Harper and I don't want to be associated with this. Look, if you need to settle your personal issue with him,
Crazy time.
let's get it in the ring.
Okay.
Otherwise, maybe you should let it go.
Yeah.
You're almost 50, Mike.
Oh.
I have let it go. What are you talking about?
It doesn't sound like it. Harper, does this sound like he's let this go?
Fuck no.
No, it sounds
Just
like he's
having
getting madder as the years go by, like a bitter old man.
Just having fun.
Oh, just
Tommy.
having fun. Okay.
Yeah, just having fun. It's all fun.
It's all fun and games until he stretches your ass.
Never will happen, especially now, more than ever. He had a chance back in 99, 2000. Right now, nah, bruh. Ain't happening. The Great Muta.
What skills have you gained since then?
First off, I was a kid back then.
Okay.
And he was older than me and was probably a little bit more agile. At this stage, I think I could sneeze on him and hurt him.
God,
I mean,
that's real nice.
Well, these days, that's anybody.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have the Rona when I say that, so all I got to do is
Colby Karina could be like Abdul the Butcher right now under the right circumstances.
Well, there you go.
Hey, you better watch out. Tommy's got new teeth. He's ready to roll.
Yeah, so scared. All right, the Great Muta defeats Gary Royal and Bucky Siegler in a handicap match. Muta hits Royal with the moonsault and wins. This is actually the first moonsault hit on Saturday night. He did hit it in the Clash. Doc and I talk about that, but Muta wins. Doc, any thoughts on the match?
Didn't they call it a moonsault here for the first time?
Yes, sir.
Because we talked about how they didn't call it that at the Clash. They joined this in progress. I still hate that. Why can't we get it right?
I don't know, but something hit me that I didn't have in my notes a second ago. Not only are they trying to replicate WWF here with this from the studio or the control center, but it's a green screen, which makes it even worse.
Oh, is it?
Yes, I noticed it more.
You could tell during the Herd interview because they
Yes.
kept like jostling it around.
If they would have just kept it square shot, you wouldn't be able to tell. But when they started zooming in on JR and Herd and zooming out, you could see it. So anyway, all right. So then TV company, which is fine. It just kind of makes it look low budget with the green screen. Whatever. Not that a green screen is low budget. It's just like, man, you can't even be in a real control center and film the guy. You're doing it from a green screen. Steamboat cuts a promo. It's okay. He acknowledges that he won by.
You just won't give Steamboat any credit for anything he does outside the ring, will you?
You just took what I told you earlier. That's great. That's nice, Doc. You're learning. Here you go.
I could turn words back around on you.
Oh my God, you're like a politician, man. Steamboat acknowledges again that Flair does deserve one last match. I'm not playing it because we've heard it before.
Yeah.
At the Clash. Harper, you got any thoughts on this?
Here's the problem. Ricky the Dragon thought he was giving him one last match, and what he didn't know was it was going to be his one last match.
No, it's not his last, but I understand why you're making that statement. Any other thoughts, Doc, on Steamboat? None? Harper, what about you?
No.
All right. Well, the way this episode ends up closing out, for the most part, is with Ric Flair. So let's go now to Ric Flair. He's going to cut a promo. This was following Steamboat. Did I lose y'all?
No, you did not, sir. We're right here, man. We're in here with you.
Okay, here it is.
You know, there's a lot of people, as I've said so many times in my great career, that have never liked or understood the Nature Boy's role in the greatest sport in the world. The bottom line is, I was born to be the champ. That's right. And on 5 different occasions, I have been the champ. The greatest career ever of any wrestler in the history of this sport belongs to me. And here I am at the top of my game with one thing gone, the world title. Now, Steamboat, we've already established the fact you didn't beat me in New Orleans. I had to bring my lawyers in. I had to tell almighty Jim Herd and that Golden Tower that I had to have one more chance, as he puts it. So TBS says, well, tell you what, Ric Flair, you got a shot in Nashville, but it is, Nature Boy, your last chance. Can you imagine telling me that my last opportunity to become the world champion is in Nashville, May 7th? Well, let me explain something to you. When you take everything in the world away from me, and let's face it, when you're Slick Rick and you got cars, money, women, anything in the world you want because you're the champ, then you gotta have back the fuel that feeds the fire, baby. That means I gotta be the champion for the 6th time. Think about it. May 7th, Nashville, Tennessee. Ric Flair, woo, is coming back. I'm gonna walk that aisle and I'm gonna prove to the world one more time, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And God knows I'm the man. Woo!
Okay, So Harper, what did he do to get his tongue so pink?
Whoa.
Oh God, come on.
That's real. Come on, Mike. Get some control.
You get some control of this.
What is his tongue unnaturally pink?
I'm not getting into this. I don't know what y'all. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know what your angle is or what you're going for here.
I just wanted to know how he got there.
Eating that pussy.
See, Mike, I knew if we left it out there long enough, that's the answer we'd get. Harper would take care of things. You know, I heard not too long ago in Jericho, I heard Arn and Tully on there, and they were talking about how they got to a point where they didn't have to do anything. They could just look at each other and know it was time to do something in the ring. That's what 5 years of doing a podcast together does for us, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay. I mean,
for sure.
Arn and Tully were the best in the business, and well, here we are.
Yeah.
Hey, did he cut that at Starrcade afterwards?
Starrcade?
With the tinsel?
Why? What do you mean Starrcade?
Not Starrcade, Clash.
Is that the same tinsel they had at the Clash?
I thought so. Shit looks like a fucking 1996 fucking strip club in the bad part of town.
Yeah, this shit looks fucking horrible.
Yeah,
Man, I was like,
it probably was.
And the people who thought that looked good probably thought that the Mid-Atlantic background looked shitty.
Yeah, they're probably like, oh, look, you know.
You see that Mid-Atlantic background, you're like, holy shit, that's wrestling right there.
They're like, look, it's real shiny, so like the lights are gonna reflect off of it.
I didn't have a problem with that. I mean, it's 1989. I'm not looking for anything super duper fancy, to be honest. The tinsel is nothing. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's better than.
But you didn't expect to see, Fonda come out at Shishi's, but out of that tinsel.
I'm trying to remember if Shishi's had. No, I don't think they had tinsel.
Oh. No, they probably just walked out the fucking bathroom.
Dude, guys, I went to a strip club in Atlanta one time where the strippers literally danced with a cardboard box behind them with their clothes in it. And they took that shit off the stage with them when they left.
I guess so, in case they got fucking... If the police hit them up, they could just grab their shit and run.
I guess, man. It was messed up, but whatever. I mean, there was a cardboard box.
That sounds pretty raggedy.
And when one got off the stage, because there was one stage, they took their clothes out and handed the empty box to the girl that was coming up on stage so that she could put it on the ground behind her.
Wait.
Was it like an empty beer box, like a fucking Budweiser box?
No, it was a full on. That would have been great. This is a semi famous. There's gonna be somebody listening to the show that's been there or that knows about this club. It was semi-famous. I mean, it was famous. It was called the Claremont Lounge, and it was in the basement of this old hotel in Atlanta. I mean, it was a neat little scene. It was a dive bar. There was, dance club, whatever. But over on the strip club side, bro, it was real and it was raw.
Harper knows about real and raw. He loves it. Giving it raw.
Yeah.
But somebody's gonna email you or text you and go, I know about the Claremont Lounge in Atlanta.
I think we've talked about that before.
There was an old black lady that worked there, Goldie, and she would crush beer cans with her big saggy titties.
That sounds like fucking right down Mike's alley.
Yeah, she'd walk. I mean, I'm talking old, in her 50s or 60s.
That's right down his alley.
Okay. And and she would ask for $1 or $2, and she would like take your empty, like, because back then, and this shit was like the early 2000s, and you know Harper, all those fucking hipsters back then that had money thought that they were really kicking ass and being punk rock because they were drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon out of a can.
Yeah.
So they would hand that shit to her, and she would crush it with her saggy breastises.
I think we talked about that club on one of the Smoky Mountain shows. It's been years though, so I don't remember.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
I can't say I saw anything worth a damn on that stage, because I come from Dallas, Texas, where there's thoroughbreds out there working every night.
You wouldn't know a thoroughbred if it slapped you in the face with its boob.
Well,
But
I'll tell
anyway.
you, one time me and Mrs. Doc went to a strip club in New Orleans at 5:00 in the morning.
Oh God.
If it was downtown or in Bourbon, please spare me the details, because they ain't nothing down there.
No, this is worth it. It was the I think it was the Hustler, or I don't know. We were just like, fuck it, let's go in here. And man, I was so drunk. I could barely standing up. But this girl was up at the top of the pole, like arcing her back around, and she bit it and it took a bump on the stage.
That's awesome.
She took a flat back bump on the stage.
That's great. The locals never go to those, just so you know.
No.
I'm not a local, so why would I know that?
Harper, where do white guys in Metairie go? Which strip clubs did y'all go to in the 90s and 2000s?
I mean, we saw as good at Visions.
Wow, Visions. Tell them where Visions is at.
It's on Diamond Road in New Orleans East. Which
I am amazed at white guys from Metairie would go to Visions.
Bro, we used to always go in Visions, bro.
Bro,
y'all got some balls, let me tell you.
Yeah, right, bro.
Here's the thing, man. We used to go to the, I don't even know what it's called anymore, but it's the one that Pantera ran. We had an all-nude strip club that Pantera ran.
Ugh.
No,
Goddamn pal pronouns. Who is we?
That people. The crew.
No, who is we? Where was it at when you say this?
Dallas.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And you got to remember, I'm talking about when Pantera was like the biggest metal band ever, and they bought a strip club, and there was all kinds of hot bitches in there.
But there's a lot of heroin.
I don't know. The heroin, well, actually, the heroin came from the singer in Pantera, and he was from New Orleans.
Yeah.
He lives down there now.
With the Grace King.
He did?
Yeah.
Phil Anselmo?
Did he really, Harper?
Yeah, he grew up like maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes from me. He's from the neighborhood.
Are you a cowboy from hell?
No.
Pantera. Wow.
Did you like Pantera, Harper?
Oh, fuck yeah, it did, dude. Vulgar Display of Power.
Yeah.
All that shit.
Hold Your Mouth for the War.
Hold Your Mouth for War. I forgot the rest.
Use it for what it's for.
See something, the truth. Something.
Oh boy, they putting me to sleep now, guys.
Oh, well, there's a story that when because Pantera wrote the song for the Dallas Stars when they won the Stanley Cup. So when they flew back in from Buffalo that night from winning it, they went over to Pantera's house, and apparently they took the Stanley Cup with them, and they dented the Stanley Cup at the bottom of Pantera's pool at like 8:00 in the morning. Getting fucked up and shit.
What is it with these white bands that don't know how to act?
Yeah.
I got 2 words for you, pal. R. Kelly.
Whoa.
Woo,
you can't judge an entire group of people by their worst specimen.
You just did it for Pantera.
That's different.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hey, look, man. You need to stop this social justice warrior bullshit you're on.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to this thing. So Flair was good there. JR closes the show. He mentions the situation with Teddy Long and it being looked into further, and maybe we'll hear more next week about that. Don't hold your breath. I think it takes a little while for all that to play out. There's that. And that's basically how they go off air from the first show that is, I guess, in center stage with JR, although JR doesn't appear to be there because he's calling and, doing everything from where we're at now.
Bruh. When's baseball season start?
Not next week, but maybe the week after. We should be to shorter episodes. We're about to get to a run of real short episodes.
Oh yeah.
For weeks to come.
Right.
I got a confession.
Uh-oh.
I watched the wrong week. I watched the one after this. And it was the greatest thing ever because it was only like 45 minutes.
Doc, please, let's hear it.
I mean, it's the same line of thinking that led me to instant message you at work today and say, "Have we heard from the superstar today? Is he going to be on? Is he going to be on time?" And the answer I got was,
"Well, that's why it was because it was 45 minutes."
And the answer I got was, "Nope."
So hold on. He was on time because the episode was only 45 minutes, Doc. Did you catch that? That's point one.
You should be early next week, I guess.
Yeah.
Point one in the display. Point two. Not only was he on time, but he faked it until an hour and 40 minutes into this thing.
This was good shit.
Oh boy. Hey, this was a good episode. No, seriously. So let's get ready to rate this thing. Yeah, it was. Let's get ready to rate this thing, give out some Rolexes, all that stuff. Before we do so, like I said, make sure you consider becoming a patron at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Doc and I did the recent clash, but we've got the Music City Showdown coming up with the third match with Flair and Steamboat. So that's coming up on our Patreon feed as well. Plus tons of other stuff up on Patreon, the WCW World Class shows, the video versions of all these shows we do. Again, it's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Go there, sign up now, get tons of extra content, over 200 Patreon episodes. Doc, what are you going to rate this week's show?
I'm probably going to surprise you a lot here. I'm going to give this an A.
Oh, wow.
I watched this, and the matches were good. I got to see things from the Clash that I didn't get to see that I was kind of interested in. There weren't a lot of jobber matches. I'm giving it an A.
They got them coming next week.
Well, you would only you would know.
Harper, what are you gonna give it?
I'll give it a B.
Okay, that's valid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an A too. I liked it. I thought it was fine, even though we've pointed out the things that we didn't like. All right, so now we need to give out the Rolexes. Before we do so, don't forget to use our Amazon referral link. It's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. Again, it's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. Give that link to wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever you got in your life, whatever you put it in or have it put in.
Whoa. Whatever you, what?
Whatever your partner, your
we have women
lover.
that listen to this, so whatever puts it in you.
Dude, we got women that listen to this, which is amazing that they put up with this nonsense. Yeah, there are a few women out there.
We got bitches out there. Come on.
Yeah, we got women supporters that love this craziness, which is awesome.
You're damn right they do.
Yeah, they're in the Facebook
just
group.
Just because most bitches are stupid doesn't mean that all bitches are stupid.
Well, they're in the Facebook group, and they post some of the raunchiest stuff that's posted in there. So there you go.
Women are way dirtier than men if you just give them the opportunity.
tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. Great way to support this show. Give that link to the wives, girlfriends, side pieces. Give it to your family members and tell them to use it every time they shop on Amazon. All right, we need to give out a Rolex. I'm going to give mine to Jim Hurd. Actually, I'm not giving mine to Jim Hurd. That was just a joke. Doc, who are you going to give yours to?
I'll be honest, man. We've been doing this for 3.5 years. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard because you want to say Flair, but
I have somebody, but it's like, yeah. It's going to be weird when I say this. So I'm going to just go ahead and throw it out there.
It's Sting.
No, come on. It's Luger. And it's because Luger is the biggest star that wrestled this week in the center stage. He wrestled a good match, and he led Kendall through it, I think. And the crowd was super engaged.
Who are you giving yours to, Harper?
I don't fuck it. I'm just gonna say Flair. Fuck it.
I'm doing the same thing. It's hard to pick. For a show that wasn't bad, it's really hard to pick. Because everything,
yeah. Everything was solid, but nothing stood out.
Nothing was spectacular. It was just solid all the way around, with the exception of Jim Hurd. Oh, my God. I mean, if there was a reverse government cheese award, he got the Tim Horner award this week. Jim Hurd, that is. Like, for real. But,
we're going to get out here and determine where we can leverage synergies across the platform. And then until Rick, we just don't really care what he says until he becomes Spartacus.
Didn't he run Godfather's Pizza?
No, that was Herman Cain.
Okay.
Hurd was Pizza Hut, right, Doc?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he talks like a Pizza Hut executive. Oh, my God.
Well, here's the thing. As a former pizza delivery guy for many years, it ain't that fucking hard, guys.
It ain't that hard, guys.
All right. Well, that is almost going to wrap things up for us this week as we
I got
close
one
out another episode.
little thing I want to say to all the people out there.
Okay. Please feel free to jump in now and get it said.
Mike has been struggling lately because he's losing college football and he really likes college football. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Here's my prediction. The NFL is going to pull this off. They're going to play. And here's why. There's 2 reasons.
Money.
1, they cannot be the only professional league to not get their sport out there. And 2, there's too much money not to.
Yeah, this guy, they got to do it.
Because the NBA has shown how to do it the right way. NHL followed that. Major League Baseball is having some issues, but they're going to figure that. They're going to tighten down on that, and they already started doing that. But football's got too much motivation. They're going to figure that shit out on a real level. Look, I understand. You can't send college athletes out there. You can't have college kids congregate. You can't have alumni driving around, traveling around. But the NFL is going to get this shit done. And guess what? Without college football, you're going to have the NFL on their dream. Their dream is we're going to be on Saturdays. We're going to be on Sundays. We're going to be on Thursdays. We're going to be on Mondays. That shit's coming. I can't wait.
I mean,
Cowboys go 16-0, bruh.
Okay. It's going to break my heart when they cancel college.
Cowboys 16-0.
Sure, Doc. Whatever you say. All right, Hopper. You got anything before we get out of here?
No. Well, you know what? I watched the wrong one because the picture showed Sting in a danger zone. I was like, I must have saw this one because we saw him in a danger zone already. And that's why I didn't click on it.
You know, there's a Mayan calendar you can use.
So I said, this one's only 45 minutes, so I'm not passing this up.
Okay.
He went for the easy one, Doc.
Oh, yeah. In a whole new studio.
Are you sure you're not my son's father, always taking the easy way out?
Yeah. Because, like, when you start playing this one, I was like, wait, it's the old fucking intro. I was like, oh, wait, it says an hour, 25 minutes. Uh-oh.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Well,
get us out.
So, for the first time ever, Harper actually is a week ahead. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So next week he should be on time. That's the moral of the story. All right, so before we get out of here, check out our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, the Northern version of BTT. Slightly classier, a little bit more professional, but still fun nonetheless. And check out the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Crew and JV. They do our ECW show on our Patreon feed. I forget what it's on Twitter, but check out the Bottom Line Cast. Give them a search. They cover the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And with that said, I want to say it again. R.I.P. Kamala. We're going to miss you. You don't get the credit you deserve. One of the greatest gimmicks of all time. Hell of a character. Even a better person. So, R.I.P. Kamala. With all that said, Harper, hit the tagline.